What is good, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to Milwaukee Entertainment News. I'm your host, DJ Bro. We have an awesome episode today, with it being with interview with Andrew Balistreri of Thrasher, and we also have today being our 50th episode. Although we've been around for about a year and 4 months, it has been a wild ride. We started with just a laptop. Okay, not even a webcam, just a laptop, a DI box, and a condenser mic. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we started with. You know, and now we have whole studio set up for this. So I'm going to turn the camera on a little bit so you can kind of see what else is in here. So all of this has been getting built. So we've been having way smoother productions of what's going on. You know, this is how, I got to credit everybody that's been involved with it. Everyone from my great friend of so many years, Craig Day, my nephew, who built the PC that has been running us now flawlessly, I will say. Flawlessly. I mean, I've actually been having fun making these episodes again. It's been awesome. He built this laptop at 16 years old. I mean, he built this desktop 16 years old. He also gets me a lot of my DJ files, karaoke files, stuff like that. Awesome kid. And we got Mike Malco that's also played a part, especially in the early days. He played a big part in setting up our operating software and everything and getting us in tune with it. And it's just been a long ride for everybody. And especially a shout out to our old co-host and still good friend, King Monte Carlo. Just did a show with him, just did a show with him for Smash over at Timbuktu. You know, once again, thanks for having us out. It's always a blast hitting that stage. I actually have prepared, before we even get to anything, I have the first test run that we ever did on standby. Why don't you go ahead and take a look at this. This is what the first Milwaukee Entertainment News ended up looking like.
A freak now, and she with the shits.
Who's grandma?
Hey man, I'm just saying, anybody's grandma, nigga.
It's all game.
It's all game, nigga.
All game.
Listen. They ain't gonna R. Kelly you motherfucker with a grandma, nigga. No. I want the old bitch. Right. I'm gonna keep it 1,000.
I mean, low-key, I've always kind of want to try like an old bitch with no teeth. Like, just get gummed up. Like,
nah, I'm not quite there yet. Bitch, you got to be Angela. When I say old, let's put some respect on the old.
Right.
I'm talking about Angela Bassett. I'm talking about Halle Berry. Right. I'm talking about Mary J. Blige, right. Taraji P. Henson. Them old.
Older.
They ain't old. They not old because we old. But they older, goddammit.
Right.
You ain't 20. You ain't no spring chicken, nigga. Right. So I like them motherfuckers because guess what? You're not gonna do. You're not gonna put any R. Kelly charges on me with grandma. You're gonna hate to find out that grandma's still putting in that word. Right. Nigga, grandma backing it up. Grandma backing it up. Nigga, we in there making songs and all type of shit. Nigga, it's going down. Fuck you mean, nigga. Fuck. Nigga.
You just cannot deny the chemistry we had as co-hosts on this show in the beginning. Awesome. Had a lot of fun. Still having a lot of fun. And let's go ahead and get to the news now so we can hurry up and get to this Andrew Balistreri interview. April 14th, we have Montana 300. They're going to be at OB Brauhaus 2.0 in Appleton. This is at 525 West College Ave. Show starts at 10. $30 to get in. So get your asses down over to OB's in Appleton for Montana 300 on April 14th. Trash Pandas. They're going to be at D's Corner Pocket in Marion on April 8th. Then April 14th, they'll be at the Bar in West Dallas. So get your asses around to see what Trash Pandas is doing. 4/7, April 7th. Lockjaw is finally releasing their whole EP, Annihilove. And they released the self-titled song Annihilove on March 1st on all platforms as a single, but the whole 6-song EP is available April 7th everywhere. So definitely be on that for the Lockjaw. They also have a show coming up. Let me go ahead and skip to it while I'm already on the ball. Lockjaw is going to be at 1175 Sports Park and Eatery in Kansasville. There's going to be April 21st, Friday at 8, 22840 Duranda Ave in Kansasville. Now, normally I don't report it because it's so far out. I'd wait till next week to report it, but it goes along with that EP release of Annihilove. So, be on the lookout for Lockjaw. X-Ray Arcade. Let's see what they got coming on for April. The 7th, they got the Sloppy Boys, Deer Blanca, and Fight Dice. And the 15th, they got Punk Rock Rummage Sale. That sounds dope. All right. And then the 19th, they got Franks and Deans, Size 5s, courtesy of Tim and Miss Gales. Okay. This is all happening on those dates over at the X-Ray Arcade, 5036 South Packard Ave in Cudahy. April 14th, Rockin' Dockin' and Stylus and Chains is going to be over at Shotsky's. This is 6139 West Beloit Road over in West Dallas. Get your asses down there. Oh. Friday, April 7th, we got Rock and Roll High School, a tribute to punk at Majestic Theater in Madison. This is at 119 East Main Street in Madison. Get your asses over there. The show starts at 8 p.m. Thursday, April 6th, Yo Tuma. Before I go any farther, Yo Tuma was playing over at the Apollo Theater recently when the roof collapsed. Or parts of the ceiling. I'm not exactly sure. I just know that what was up now came down. You know what I'm saying? Though it came out on the stage and a crowd, and from the pictures that the band was posting, you know, they as soon as it came down, everybody helped everybody out of the rubble, and everybody got seen by some kind of paramedic, whether it be at the hospital or on site, and then everybody was released with relatively not too much damage to the bodies, you know what I mean? So, as metal as it sounds, they're already back at it. You're going to be able to see Yo Tuma Thursday, April 6th at 8 p.m. with Ominous and Twitchard. This is going on over at the Wisco. So get your asses over there. Do not forget that over at Maddie's Bar and Lounge, the third Thursday of every month, they have live band karaoke. They got $2 Miller Lite taps all night. This is at 200 Madison Street over in Waukesha. So make sure you're down over there. Oh, we got April 15th, LJ and Bill with Roy Open for the Flood Brothers. This is Saturday, April 15th, 6 p.m. No cover over at the Brewtown Eatery, 51st and Howard Ave. Get your asses over there. Oh. Friday, April 7th, we got Red's Hot Chili Peppers happening over at Bub's Irish Pub. Show starts at 9 o'clock. Get your asses over to Germantown. Saturday, April 8th, we got 10 Feet Tall happening over at 1175 over in Kansasville. 22840 West Durand Ave. Get your asses over there. Black Lilac has his EP out now on all streaming platforms. Crowd Control. So go get that shit. Go check that shit out. Bub's Irish Pub now has a new list out here for the spring. Okay, they had the Now on the 1st, OTR the band on the 3rd. On the 7th, they got the Red Hot Chili Peppers with Stylus and Chains. April 8th, they got Milwaukee Toolshed Band. April 14th, they got Honky Tonk Line DJ Line Dance Night. Then the 15th, they got Bella Kane. And on the 19th, they got Main Bar Karaoke. And stay tuned for more happening over at Bub's Irish Pub. Saturday, April 8th, we got Rhythm and Pressure. Shadaboo and Made It. Got this shit going off. This is over at Timbuktu 520 East Center Street, like it always is. Doors open at 9, $20 entry. They got plenty of artists that are going to be there, like always. Just make sure you get your asses down there for Rhythm and Pressure. April 15th, the Sociables, Southern Rock Giants, are going to be over at the Q Club at 8:30-ish. You know what I mean? So get your asses over to Q Club of Wisconsin in Waukesha. Shelly Mack and the Reunion has a change in the lineup happening. They released a PSA that says, due to personal reasons, it is with sadness that we announce the leaving of our drummer, Jay Marr. Jeff leaves on good terms and is one of the founding members of Shelly Mack and the Reunion. He will be greatly missed. We wish Marr nothing but absolute best as we move forward into the future. They have replacing him Dave Sundin. Okay, he was on the cover of Modern Drummer. So welcome to the team over there. Let's see what we got over here on him. Their next show, Shelly American Reunion, will be May 19th over at Lumber Axe Brewcade over in Waukesha. So that's the first time you'll be able to see the new drummer in action. So shout out to everybody, Jay Marr, Shelly Mack and the Reunion, and their new drummer, Dave Sundin, and we look forward to seeing what's happening from them upcoming soon. So there was also some sad news in the rock community literally within the last 48 hours. We haven't had time to find any kind of footage of any of his performances or anything like that. We would like to at least acknowledge the passing of Bill Lyles. It's my understanding that he had a fight for a while with a terminal illness, and he finally is at peace. And with heavy hearts, we hope that everybody that has been affected by him in life throughout the many years can find some kind of peace and move on from this with a clear head of moving forward in their own life. You know, people don't like it when, I know at least when I go, I don't want people to sit around feeling sorry or sad or anything. I want you to go party. Go have a good fucking time. Okay? Do things in memory of me. Don't sit here sweating it. So I hope that's what everybody does. Go and raise a glass. Not too many of them. And remember Bill Lyles. Now, to the moment that we've been waiting for, we have the interview with Andrew Balistreri. Take it away, DJ Bro. Thanks, DJ Bro. We are here with Andrew Balistreri from Thrasher. And this is a band that I've been seeing tearing up shit for a long time. And it's crazy because a lot of bands, when they try to tear shit up, they just have show. You guys have always kind of like evenly spaced them out to where it's like, as soon as you start itching for another Thrasher show, poof, there it is. So, what got you started into everything, man?
Well, I actually started out as a guitar player at a pretty young age, about 11. My mom had gotten me this little acoustic guitar, and I just started messing around on it, and that was right around the time when I started getting into heavy metal. Was about 11 years old. At the time, the huge thing was the Metallica and Justice for All album. You know, So I actually just started, I started teaching myself how to play guitar. I never took any lessons, and man, I played guitar from like 11 to I'd say my mid. Well, you know what? I played guitar, and then I started playing guitar and singing um, when I was 18. I was in a band with a couple guys, a couple childhood friends, and I would say from probably 18 to maybe 25, I just kept playing guitar, and then I started exploring being a lead vocalist, you know, and that's kind of the road I went on, for me, there's a lot of guitar players, and there's a lot of great guitar players, um, and there's not a lot of like, I don't know. I hate to say it, like it's hard to find great singers, So that was kind of my main focus was to just try to become a great singer.
I don't know. It seems like the guitar players are the easiest to find. Like you can always find a good guitar player, but like when it comes to drummers and even bass players, like you just can't find them. And if you do, you got to work with them.
Yeah, I mean, man, there's a lot of great guitar players out there, man. I mean, I kind of just I don't know, I mean, I kind of just felt like I needed to kind of change things up and just focus all my energy on trying to be a singer, you know.
So do you still play guitar like at home, fucking around?
Here and there I will. I'll pick it up, but I don't want to say I lost interest, but man, I don't know. I mean, I just got so involved in being a singer. I mean, and I actually don't have a guitar anymore, so I if I did have one, I probably would still mess with it. Yeah.
I haven't played guitar on a regular since I was like 17, and
Well,
same thing. It was like I never really had any lessons, even with the old man. Like I'd even be playing bass and I'd be trying some Iron Maiden. I'd be like, okay, these are the notes, and it sounds right, but it doesn't sound as full. Like what's going on? Instead of teaching me, he just shows me, and it's like, how did you just play that in all chords? This is a bass. Like, he just hand it back to me and say, learn. Okay.
yeah, your
But
your dad's quite the musician, man.
man, thanks, man. Like it's still kind of like it always did kind of shock me when I was a kid trying to learn, like having that to try and it was like, man, I don't even want to try. I want to try something else.
And he's a multi-musician, I mean,
Hmm.
guitar, bass, vocals. I don't know if he plays drums. He probably does. I don't know.
Yeah, he'll probably kick a little beat, like yeah. When I was a little guy, he bought me a little drum set, and a little 2 3 piece, and annoyed the shit out of him with it. but uh, but
Oh,
yeah. How long has Thrasher been around? Is this your only band that you've had, and how long have they been around? And
it is my only band. So we've been around for almost 12 years. So originally when we first started, I had a different drummer and I had a different bass player. Um, Up till about close to 2 years ago, our original bass player had moved on, and we got a different bass player. But years before that, the original drummer was only in the band for probably 2 years. So and so the rhythm guitar player and I were the founding members, and actually we're kind of like childhood musical buddies. This year will be 31 years that we've been jamming together.
damn.
Yeah. So, it's kind of like the heart and soul of the band. I mean, Larry just kind of holds down he just holds it down, man.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you weren't in any other bands before Thrasher, or
I mean, I was in other bands, but nothing that was really known. Larry and I had just been dudes that were just jamming in the basement.
right? And
Yeah.
what's your biggest accomplishment since you started everything?
Um, well, I mean, I'd have to say like we've had I want to say we've had three Whammy nominations. Um, maybe four. I mean, actually four. And
Fucking
and then I've got two male vocals of the year nominations. So I'm pretty proud of that, man. I mean, that's we must be doing something right, you know.
a lot of bands don't have the kind of run that you guys do, and especially 12 years later to still be able to pack a house. Like,
I'll tell you, man. I mean, it's hard to keep a band together. I mean, you got to be brothers, man. You got to understand each other's problems and not be judgmental and just kind of let things flow, man. You can't, it's just it's hard, and I'm proud that we kept it together this long, and I'm proud that I have the guys in my band that I do have because I mean, I got some pretty well-known guys, so that's and I wasn't known at all, and Larry and I weren't known at all. We just were two dudes in the basement, you know. But I mean, I've got two legendary players in my band, and then Bill also is legendary. He's just a little bit of a younger guy, So,
yeah,
um,
Bill House and who else?
so Steve Post is my bass player, and Mike Olson is my drummer, and these guys are from the band Realm, which was a really, really, really big Milwaukee metal band from mid '80s. Man, I mean, all the way up till now. I mean, I think they're sort of semi-retired. I mean, they're still active, but they don't play out that much. Maybe once every couple of years, but when they do, it's a big deal. You know,
Is that Steve Olson related to Larry Olson?
Mike Olson. No,
Or
he's
Mike
not
Olson?
related to Larry Olson. No,
Okay.
no.
This is
Talking
why.
about Larry Olson, the guitar player.
Yeah.
No, no, no relation.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
just peeping that out. Um, um, what's been the hardest part? Because like that's one thing that that's always stopped me. Years ago, when I was, like I said, I was like, 16, 17 and fucking around, I could either go either way, bass or guitar, and vocals and everything, and even drums and everything. So like I had the whole spectrum, and I was trying to start a little project with Jim Martindale's kid, my dad's drummer's kid, because he had a drum set and everything, and
Yep.
we were trying to find guitar players and trying to get it all right, and we just couldn't find the people to match. And even through years, I'm like trying to at least find enough musicians to get it together, let alone try and become brothers and figure out each other's everything to be able to mesh. Like for me, that the hardest part has even just been trying to find the people. What's your hardest part of being able to keep this all together and the without exposing anybody as anything, the hardest moment in Thrasher?
I would say the hardest moment was probably the whole COVID thing where we really couldn't gig for 11 months or something like that. We just we weren't practicing much and we just kind of went dormant for a while. So that was tough. I mean, because everybody was like, man, we want to see Thrasher, we want to see Thrasher, but it's like, well, we can't really gig right now, I mean, it's just the whole beginning of COVID was probably the worst part, you know.
But out of 12 years, I couldn't even get a band together. And out of 12 years, the hardest part for you has been COVID? Holy shit.
Well, I mean, people and guys go through personal things, and you got to just kind of ride it out and be
Right.
supportive. And, as long as you know that they're there with you and they're just going through hard times, I mean, you just roll with it, man. You got to be understanding and, there's none of this, you know, um, like I said, you just can't be judgmental and you got to just kind of roll with it, and just let it all come together again. Because sometimes things, I don't want to say fall apart, but things just kind of take a break for a while, I mean, personal things, and
Yeah.
that's fine. I mean, we've taken long, long, long breaks. I mean, we can go for 2 months and not practice and play a show. You know,
Like nothing happened.
yeah, just because we've been together so long, we know each other so well. We just
Right.
it's just magical once we all get together.
Right. What's the favorite part of the lifestyle? Like, I mean, like, because I know even when you're not playing shows, you're still out and supporting everybody else's bands and everything. And obviously, you love the lifestyle. Like, what's your favorite part about it? Like, what draws you in to keep doing it?
Dude, it's the camaraderie. I mean, you're people see you and they know you. They've seen you play, and just the brotherhood. That's a cool feeling, man. When you can go out and hang out with guys that do the same thing, and they love you and you love them, and it's the camaraderie, man. I mean, that's a really cool part of it for sure. You know.
Yeah, you said it. There's a lot of interesting people out there. Every time there's always a room for a new conversation with a new person, and sometimes they can get pretty weird conversations.
Well, yeah, that's definitely for sure. I mean, sometimes you get a little bit unwanted attention.
What kind of unwanted attention? What's the weirdest you've had?
Just weird people, just weird people that come at you, and you gotta kind of try to handle things as professional as you can.
Keeping that professionalism and making sure you're not out here dick swinging or shunning anybody else or anything like that. Yeah, but like there's like people that come up to you like a crackhead and they just like say some off the wall shit. Can you recall any of the weirdest things somebody said to you?
Let me think, man. Nothing specific, but I've had some pretty freaky people approach me, and you know, it just depends on the mood I'm in, man. Catch me if you catch me in a bad mood and you come at me a certain way, I mean, I guess it's just what the mood is, and what it's all about that you're coming at me with. So
Right.
yeah, but I mean, I can't off. I mean, I really have to think about it for a while, but yeah, I mean, I've had some weird shit happen.
There's a lot of moments where people, especially when you're in the height of the night, you'll end up having those weird conversations with those freaky people. Maybe they'll say something off the wall, and it's like, you know what? I'll bite. What's red? You know what I mean? Like, so, like, I mean, and you end up having jokes being passed around. And has there been anything that has really caught you off guard? That is somebody says, like, I mean, besides like weird or freaky, I'm trying to like dig up a memory here of like the weird of something that has happened to you on the scene. 12 years of it, at least of being on the scene, and I mean I know you gotta have some weird stories, so I'm trying to pick them out of you.
Well, let me think. So years back at the Metal Grill, um, I think I was really sick, and we were playing a show, and I probably looked terrible. And one guy had asked one of my band members, "Hey, is Andrew on like heavy drugs or something like that?" And I was just like, "Oh God, man, like, the stuff people come up with." And he had to tell the guy, "No, he's up there, he's singing, he's sick, he doesn't feel good." So ah, you know, I mean, and people say stuff. You got to just kind of some things you got to just blow off. Because I mean, you're always if you're doing something right, you're gonna have people that love you, and you're gonna have people that hate on you. You
Yeah,
know, that's just the way it is, man.
man.
So it's just all about how you deal with it.
Yeah, the people that hate on you are and it's funny. You'll start out when you first start out, everybody's supporting you. It's like, oh man, that was awesome. But then once some of the musicians realize that you guys are getting bigger and better than them, and that starts reverting into hate. Um, I'm not gonna ask, which bands, but how many people would you say that you have seen in from you go from, oh yeah, really cool, to, well, he stopped fucking with me for some reason. I don't know what it is, but
Quite a few.
quite a few.
Quite a few.
Right,
Yeah. Yeah. So it is what it is. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it, you know.
right.
It's if the way I look at it is it's really none of my business what they think of me, you know. I mean,
Right, your
no.
your thoughts and feelings is your thoughts and feelings, man.
Yeah, and I just try to be cool to everybody, you know. I mean, yeah, there's people that I don't really care for. There's probably people that don't care for me, you know. I mean, it's just the way it is, man. It's just life.
Like, I can see how you shouldn't be making anybody mad with how you are. It's
Well, I
like,
mean, I try not to, you know. So it's and the other thing is like you got to kind of like watch who you talk to, like don't talk to the wrong people because these are the people that make up all these ugly things and things get spread and you know
right. Oh,
you got to just kind of try to be professional about it,
yeah, you touched on something that is a big problem in every part of the scene, whether rock, rap, or any or EDM, DJs, everything, is that drugs and alcohol, because that's a part of the thing that a lot of people are drawn to in the nightlife. Is, whoa, I get paid to go out drinking and partying and having a good time. I get paid to do drugs, and it's like, really, you're paid to entertain, and you kind of can't entertain if you can't control yourself. And
right?
it takes people down a rabbit hole. And I mean, I've seen it, I've been through it, and it's something that we got to bring a little bit more awareness to. Is, why are we out here on the scene? Why are you out here? You're not out here to have a night you can't remember. You're out here to make memories, have a good time, hang out with your friends, not forget about the night and possibly die.
Right, right,
And a lot of bars, of course, overserve, and you got to learn to notice when your friends are too drunk to drive or too drunk to handle themselves, and, hey man, sit down, get some water. And more people got to like look out for each other more in those aspects, and people kind of stop. As soon as somebody gets a little too smacked, everyone's like, I'm backing away. I don't know about dude, and they back away and let them self-destruct. And it's like, like you mentioned, where's the brotherhood in that? And we got to make sure that we're there for each other. And when we see that kind of pattern popping up, we really want to step out and make sure everything's okay. Because a lot of the times it's something more deeper. It's not just, I like to party. It's, I got some real issues going on and I got no one to talk to. So,
yeah, yeah,
everybody watch, make sure all you people are okay. And
yeah, absolutely.
uh, on a lighter note, what kind of pets you have?
Pets.
Yeah.
I do have two cats and a dog.
Which came first, chicken or egg?
The dog. The dog. Yeah. Cats have only been a few years, but um, the dog. She's getting older now. She's in the twilight of her life, so you know
Which one you like better, the cats or the dogs?
that's hard to say. I mean, the dog. I've been around her longer, many more years, but I love them all.
Well, yeah, I mean your animals, but in general, between cats
And
and dogs.
I'm more of a cat guy. I am more of a cat, and it's probably because I just grew up with cats most of my life.
What's it's an animal you would never get?
A ferret because they smell like shit.
Not because they move like they don't have any bones, they're like little flesh slinkies or anything like that. No, because they stink.
Yeah. 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 There's nothing worse than walking into somebody's house that's got ferrets and like, oh, yep, they got ferrets. They're cute, but yeah.
I don't trust those things. I
No.
don't. No, they're sneaky. Them and yeah, them and raccoons. They have thumbs.
Yeah. Yeah. They're stealthy for sure.
What animal are you most afraid of?
Hmm. I don't know, man. Raccoons are pretty nasty. I actually last year we had a raccoon in our shop when I was trying to catch him, and man, was he vicious. He was pretty scary.
I could picture you trying to run around a shop just trying to catch a raccoon.
I had him cornered, and he was like lunging at me, and it was like I was like, whoa, you know.
Like I said, it's scarier because they have thumbs. They can pick stuff
They
up.
they do. They have like hands.
It's
Yeah,
creepy.
it is. It is.
My thing is ostriches and emus for a few reasons. One, ostriches, of course, yeah, they can run fast. They can also jump like 7, 8 feet high. They
Yeah.
can also disavow a lion just like cutting them open. But even emus, the Australians went to war with the emus.
Wow, dude, I didn't know that.
There was 20,000 of these fuckers running through the outback, tearing up farmers' crops and fields and everything. And so the military came in with big ass tanks and machine guns, and they went to war with the emus.
Wow,
B-
no kidding.
Best part about it, they lost
Yeah, I
twice.
guess I never. Yeah, I guess I never really thought about having a pet emu, but that doesn't sound like fun.
No, I mean, like you have a country that goes to war against 20,000 of these fuckers, and they lost twice. I'm good with them birds, man. Like, like
Yeah.
those weird fucking things. I'm no. If they had brains any bigger than they do, then they'd know that they can rule the world.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having an owl as a pet.
Owl.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having an owl. That'd be cool.
It'd be kind of creepy.
I don't know. I mean, you can train them, man. They're pretty
What
cool.
do you train an owl to do?
I guess I don't know. Just hang out on your arm or whatever. Just. I've seen some videos of a woman that has an owl, and it's pretty amazing.
Don't their like legs extend to like 3 feet, and they end up being like sometimes like 4 feet high?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if their legs extend, but they have real strong, you know, whatever you want to call them, claws. Real wide wings. You know, pretty cool animals. They can turn their head all the way around.
Right.
Yeah.
And like those and chickens are like kind of comparable to me because I guess both of them, when you grab their feet and you turn them upside down, they like get paralyzed. And it's like that's why like you see a lot of those carts in like the Middle East, you know what I'm saying, when they're like moving with these little carts down, they're like, oh yeah, we're selling shit, little merchant carts. The tickets are hanging upside down, tied by the feet, just hanging there. They're alive. They just ain't
Yeah.
they just ain't moving. It's the weirdest shit.
That is fucking weird.
Like have you ever done a show in a haunted house?
No,
Being a heavy metal band, I mean, you think that that'd be a place for it.
that would be. I mean, that does sound really cool.
Right by the queue line, so while you're waiting in line, to go in there, you're watching the metal band go.
Good idea. That's a great idea.
You know what I'm saying? And then there's T-shirts and your merch booths, so when they come out, like, hey man,
Definitely, man. That'd be great.
looks like you gotta set something up. I'll bring the
Yeah.
stage. Do you believe in ghosts?
I kind of do. I kind of do. I kind of do.
Got any stories?
Me personally, no. But just watching, just hearing stories, and I mean, like, there's some programs where I don't really believe, but um, I don't know. I mean, I think I think there's some reality to it, you know.
You just have some kind of innate feeling that it is real. Like you don't need to see it to know it's real. You just know it's real.
Right. Right.
Like, no, you ain't gotta spook me, motherfucker. I'm already knowing.
Right. For sure, man.
Yeah, you get that, the feeling. Oh, a lot of things happen when them fuckers are around you. Definitely feels different than when an emu or something is around you or a ferret.
Yeah.
Man, anytime I see like a snake or a ferret or some kind of curious little animal,
Yeah.
I clench my butt cheeks. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm always worried about that kind of shit. Like I don't like swimming in lakes and ponds. Oceans, fine. You know what I'm saying? I'll fuck with some sharks. I'll walk on some crabs and shit. But ponds and lakes, man, eels and snakes and shit falling around, bloop, bloop, bloop. Nope, got me fucked up.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of swimming in lakes either, man. Honestly. Yeah.
What's what's up with that whammy thing? Now that we're in the final round of whammy nominations, whammy voting, what do you guys so far have in the final round, and how many have you won in the past, and for what?
Well, I mean, we've had several nominations, but we've never Thrasher's never won one, so I'm really kind of looking forward to seeing what happens because I mean it would be cool, I mean it would be super cool. Um, Bill has a few with his other band Conniption. Mike and Steve have the Whammy Hall of Fame thing with Realm.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so yeah, I mean I'm really hoping something happens for us this year, you know?
Right? You're just like, what about? Yeah, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean I feel like I don't know, I mean I feel like we've been grinding for 12 years, man, I mean hopefully something's gonna happen for us, you know?
Now, here's a question for you. I don't know how much you know about the whammies, but there's been a lot of people on the hip hop side of things that started hitting me up about whammies and everything, and how do you get one, and who are you plugged with to be able to get one. It's like, you don't just get one. I don't know what you guys mean, just get one. Like, you gotta put in the work and grind and have people vote for you.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what it comes down to.
I mean, if nobody knows who you are, they're not gonna know to vote for you.
Yeah,
And if
that's what it comes down to, man. I mean, you just got to get out there and expose your band and do the very very best you can every year, and eventually you will get recognized.
do you
But it's
do you know if they have any other genres besides rock, or is it only like rock and country or anything like that? Because I actually,
they have tons of different categories: rock, metal, country, blues, maybe even bluegrass. I don't know about. I'm pretty sure they have hip hop. Um, I mean, they have to. I don't see why they wouldn't.
because there's people
You
that
know?
have been out there in the hip hop scene for like 25 years that have been like, I've heard rumors about whammies, but I've never heard or seen of one, and it's like, I
Yeah,
know plenty of people with whammies, just no rappers, and it kind of got me thinking.
yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure they have a hip hop category, and I don't see why they wouldn't have a rap category. I mean,
Right.
rap's huge. You know, and there's a lot of talented local Milwaukee rappers. So I don't see why they wouldn't have that category. Like I said, it just comes down to getting out there and just just doing it, man. Look at it like, for me, I look at it like every year. I'm like, okay, this year we're gonna work harder. Our shows are gonna be more badass than last year, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And I feel like that mentality paid off. I feel like all those nominations. I mean, somebody noticed.
You definitely do get into seeing, the artistic approach in that, it's poetry, spoken word kind of thing, it's telling a story from different points of view, and a lot of it can be really cool. But then there's this new phase. Some people describe it as we went from drug dealing music to drug using music. Where
Yeah,
a lot of the hip hop, became like, they're just using a bunch of drugs and mumbling on a mic, and they're just talking about fucking bitches and killing people, and it's like it kind of died out, and I see it also in the same way with metal, because metal used to be metal, Metallica, Pantera, like things like that, and then it turned into um, I can't even read your name because the band logo looks like the cracks on my leather sofa. And I can't tell what you guys are doing because everything is just screaming and thrashing the whole way through. I can't tell the difference between the songs, and it's on both sides, and it's just like we're waiting for music to like have some kind of change to flip back to being party vibe, let's go, have fun, life is awesome, like instead of what it's turned into. What role do you see Thrasher playing in the big picture of the music scene? Like in 20 years from now, when you guys are retired and not doing much and everything, what do you want to hear people saying about your band?
just that we made an impact on them. A lot of people, I hear from a lot of people, a lot of old school metal guys, just thank us for keeping that genre alive. And that's huge, man. When somebody says something like that, I mean, I would say something like that. Thanks for keeping that alive.
Yeah, it kind of feels like you were passed a torch that you were unaware of, but yet you've been keeping it.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
that is a good awesome. So like you say that's like the biggest compliment you think you can get paid as a singer.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's always nice to hear people say that they think you're good or you're amazing. But when for us, we have a fan base that's just very, very diehard. That's a lot of the same people at every show for all these years. Don't miss a show. You know,
Don't miss a show, right there.
they, they do not miss shows. No, they're at every. Show. So a lot of dedicated fans. And it's always cool to get new people that haven't heard us, and um, you know, that's uh, that's probably what I would say though is just you know people people telling you that they're grateful that you know kept that genre going.
Yeah, I've only been able to see you guys once, and that was at Shank Hall a while ago, like some years ago.
Oh yeah, yeah, yep.
And
That was with the Metallica tribute band from Chicago.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. With the female singer.
That's Master of Puppets.
No, that's uh dam damage justice.
Okay. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. You're gonna be with Master of Puppets at 1175
Yep. That's coming
May
up
6th, right?
May 6th. Yep.
May
Tickets are on
6th.
sale. That's a super cool venue. I've never been there. I've heard a lot about it and I've seen a lot of pictures. A lot of my friends play there. My guys in Imperial Fall play there a lot. I've heard a lot of cool things about it.
What band would you want to go on tour with?
Wow. Well, it's hard to say because we're not an original band. We do thrash covers. So, I mean, for us to go on tour with an original band, I don't know if would that be weird. I don't know.
As long as you don't cover their shit.
True. And we've played shows with pretty famous national acts. in the past. We did a show with Armored Saint. We did a show with Raven. Those guys have been around forever. Armored Saint's been around forever. We did a show with Danny Spitz, the original lead guitarist of Anthrax. Um, so I mean, it's cool to do stuff like that. I don't know. Like for me, I don't know if the touring life would be for me. I mean, maybe when I was younger, but now.
I need more comfort. I need more amenities now as an adult. When I was younger, it was cool. Give me a spot on the floor, I was fine. Now as an adult, nah. I need my
No,
Tempur-Pedic. I need my Serta, whatever.
I
I
mean
need
now,
my My Pillow.
dude. I mean now, if I woke up on the floor, I'd be fucking crippled the rest of the day. You know?
I tried that recently because, in my studio here, I was like, okay, cool. I got the badass sound system set up. I'm gonna watch a badass movie in here and everything. I'm gonna lay on the floor, and now that hurt. Now that hurt.
Yeah. Well, you're still young yet, man. You're still. I mean, you're a lot younger than me, I would imagine.
Yeah, I'm only 31.
But 31, yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess you just gotta. I guess the main thing, dude, is just keep your body in shape. Because the older you get, the harder it is to stay in shape, and
You said it. There's a reason
if
the
you keep
camera only
yourself,
goes here up.
yeah, if you keep your body strong, you can really avoid a lot of injuries. You know, because I mean, once you hit your mid 40s, I mean, you could hurt your back lifting the fucking toilet seat. You know,
Damn.
so yeah, so I mean, I just try to keep my, I will lift weights. I've been lifting weights for a long time, and there's been periods where maybe you're injured or something, and you aren't lifting for a few months or whatever. But I always bounce back to it, and you can, I mean, I can tell that it's paid off. All those years of doing it. I probably saved myself quite a few nasty injuries, just you know and especially like on stage, like our shows are so high energy and all the headbanging. I mean, people don't realize, man. I mean, the day after a 90-minute set of that, man, you're pretty wrecked.
Yeah. I mean, I think that you guys are like in your 30s. I said the same thing to Paul and them. I was like, you guys look like you guys are in like your, 30s. And, the bass player Kenny was like, no, I'm 50 something. I'm like, damn, what? You
Yeah,
guys keep yourselves in shape to do it. I gotta eat like a bird and work out 2 3 times a day, doing my stretches and conditioning. Like I gotta like it's a full time job for me to stay in shape nowadays. When back in the day it was I just have a cigarette for a meal and I gotta I'm close to a 6 pack. These
yeah,
days it's man, where did this come from? I got half my wardrobe I was buying like when I first started coming on to the scene. I started buying a lot of um, a lot of the goth steampunk stuff that you guys see me out in. And
yeah.
I have a lot of that shit in like size medium, pant size 34, 36, And now I'm over here like I need like a 2X and I need like a size 38, 40. And it's like it's really hard staying in shape, and it's awesome that to find people that can keep doing it. Do you lift your weights at home or do you go to Planet
Go to a
Fitness?
gym.
You go to a
I go
gym?
to a gym. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. That's been my regimen pretty much for the last. I mean, I started lifting weights and trying to get myself in shape right around 1998. So quite a few years.
All
And
right.
my thing was just doing it right after work. Just as soon as I'm done with work, hit the gym. You know,
You,
because I'm not really a morning person. I could never see myself getting up and going working out. It's just I don't know. It's not for me.
and they just built the Planet Fitness down the street from me, so now I'm happy as fuck. Okay, so we could probably start seeing these, B cups go away. You know, sorry for the people that love them. I just can't stand lugging these things around anymore. You know,
Yeah,
uh,
no, it's easy to, you just gotta kind of dive into it and just
stay in the routine.
stay in the routine, man. Yeah,
I don't have
discipline.
routines. I I long for the days I can have routines, but I'm an entrepreneur, so it's like I'm always on the go.
Yeah,
like
Well, the thing is, when you start seeing results, you feel inspired, and you're just like, okay, let's keep doing this. You know.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and ask the meathead question. How much can you lift, bro?
Dude, I mean, now, I don't lift heavy like I used to anymore, just because I don't know. You get older, and I mean, but maybe in my early 30s, I weighed probably like 170, and I probably benched like 260. But I lifted heavier back then.
What do you
Now I
bench
just
now?
now I just play around with 200, 225, and just rep it out.
All right, all right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Steadily build the muscles rather than just trying to blow them out with some kind of heavy shits just to go heavier. You can build a lot
Right.
solid, more solid muscles doing steady. Like I was trying to tell people, like just get them big ass cans of ravioli and just do this. You don't even need it. You can just keep doing this. Your arm will get tired.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, at this age, it's just the most important thing is just to try to stay healthy. I mean, lift weights, but I'm not worried about being a huge guy anymore. I never was. Um, I'm just a smaller guy.
Lucky
I'm just gonna
bastard.
I'm only gonna get as big as I'm gonna get. Without some extra help. But that's never been my thing. So
Where can people follow you at? To where like you got like a Thrasher website. I mean, is there a Thrasher Facebook page, or do they just?
we do have a Facebook page. We used to have a website years ago, and people have been asking me a lot about that, and I think I'm gonna have somebody build us another website. Um, and but you can follow us on Facebook. Yeah.
Oh yeah. What other types of bands that you guys play? Like, what's your set list looking like?
So we're focused on. We've always being Thrasher. The idea behind it was to cover the iconic thrash bands of the 80s, Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, Anthrax, Testament, Sepultura, Sacred Reich, and then add in some classical metal, like Sabbath, Dio, Maiden, Priest, just little hints of it here and there, but mainly the thrash stuff. Now, years ago, we were doing um, some of the German thrash stuff, but um, we're more focused now on more of like the big four stuff, the Metallica, um, Slayer, Anthrax, you know, um, Megadeth, you know.
Oh yeah. And your off time, who do you like? What kind of music do you like to go see? More metal, or you know, you like going to see like some blues, some jazz?
I mean, I like so many different genres of music. I mean, I'll go and see my buddies in Six Pack Sammy, and those guys cover all kinds of cool stuff. I enjoy seeing rock bands. I enjoy seeing bands like Six Pack Sammy, and Imperial Fall. That's more they're not at the same type of metal as we are, and I enjoy them. And I enjoy good music.
Right. A-
It doesn't matter what it is. you
Anything
know
that gets people up and moving and having a good time. Oh, except
Definitely, man. And I grew up on like 60s, 70s, and 80s, like R&B and soul music, believe it or not. So
where'd you
I like
grow
all
up?
that. What's that?
Where'd you grow up?
Well, I was born on the south side of Milwaukee, and then when I was pretty young, we moved to West Dallas, and I pretty much grew up in West Dallas, and then late teens I moved back to Milwaukee. But it's just the people I grew up around, and the people that my family were around. I mean, that's the kind of music that was going on.
He said, I grew up listening to like Luther Vandross and Keith Sweat and then came out screaming in a mic. That's what I'm talking about.
Dude, that's exactly it. That's stuff that I grew up on listening. And then, once about 87, 88, when I, really started getting into like Metallica. Metallica was the band. Metallica and Ozzy were the two bands that really got me into metal. And then from there, I mean, it's just ever since then, I've just been a metal guy. I mean, but, I love all kinds of different types of music.
Right. Have you ever met any of your biggest influences?
I have, man. I met a couple guys. So I've met Alex Skolnick, the guitar player from Testament. I've met Danny Spitz, the guitar player of Anthrax. I've met the drummer of a German thrash thrash band called Creator. I've met Rob Dukes, who was a singer for the band Exodus. So I met quite a few, and like the guys that are in my band that are playing Realm. I mean, those guys played with back in the day. Those guys played with Testament, King Diamond, um, Exodus, Forbidden, all these huge bands, man.
Oh,
Metal Fest, all the old Metal Fests and stuff. So those guys, they're just amazing.
fucking awesome. You ever played shows with them?
With
Any of your biggest
with Realm.
influencers?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, so like I said, we did that show. We did that show at the Metal Grill. Well, at the time, it wasn't a Metal Grill. It was called the Blue Pig, with Danny Spitz. Um, that was super cool. We played with Armored Saint at Route 20. Those guys, huge influence. So that's pretty amazing. I mean, being a cover band and being able to play with guys like that,
Right.
that's super cool, man. You know.
Yeah, waiting for the day when you guys start getting calls from those bands talking about hey, we need a guitar player, or hey, we need a vocalist, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that would be cool, man. But I feel like that time might have passed me now because I don't know if I'm built for the road, man.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe like a small run, but not like a world tour, dude. No way.
It's like, no, can you
I
like
don't think.
book it on the weekends and like I'll fly out, like
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I could do like a world tour, man. I just don't think I'm cut out for it.
Yeah. Well, I
Oh
mean,
boy.
somebody needs to stay back here and make sure that Milwaukee keeps rocking while other people go ahead and take that spot. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
and and
For
it's
sure.
really awesome to see people that, you know, uh, are always out there supporting other bands, always out there supporting other music, as well as doing their own thing, and staying as upbeat and positive about it all as you have been. Um, I haven't heard anything bad about you. I've only heard good things and seen good things, and it's always awesome to like know that that's your reputation out there is for, being just that awesome person. It's a to me, I think that that's like one of the best things that somebody can say is fuck everything else. Like, dude, you were just an awesome person for being out here for everybody. Man, it's just,
That is, yeah.
you
I
know,
agree there.
so I mean,
Not everybody's gonna think you're awesome, but
as long as they think you're a good person, but like, oh yeah, that guy's solid. That guy's always,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
I definitely try to be, man.
yeah.
Definitely.
So on behalf of all the people that try to, that look up to you and are scared to talk to you, that I know they just want to thank you for being the awesome person you are and great musicians that you guys have known them to be, or that they've known you to be, and I know that everybody hopes that you just keep on going, and nobody wants to see the end of Thrasher.
Really appreciate that, man. That's very cool of you to say that. Yeah, I mean, just check out our Facebook page, and we do have that show coming up at 11:75 with Master of Puppets, and that's gonna be a great show.
Yeah,
Um,
that's at
see-
22840 West Durand Ave over in Kansasville. Make sure you get your asses down over there because I am, man. So
May 6th.
I
Yep.
don't have a show that day. Ah,
It's a good thing.
At that point, after the 420 shows, right now I don't have anything booked until Chattanooga, where we'll be at the Signal, and that's the 20th.
Awesome,
So,
man.
fucking A!
Oh, yeah, can't
So,
wait.
I'm going to be there. Yay! Finally, a show I can see again. So, all right. Always awesome to have you guys have you on. We'll be seeing you guys around. Yeah, keep Milwaukee rocking. Back to you, DJ Bro. Thanks, DJ Bro. Wasn't that awesome? Always is. Always is. He's a really good dude. Always out here for everybody. So that about wraps it up for Milwaukee Entertainment News for this week. Hope you have enjoyed our 50th episode. And we'll look forward to serving you for another 500 episodes. I don't give a damn. Let's just keep doing this. So don't do anything I wouldn't do. And if you do, name it after me.